Okay, so let me yeah, I started the recording, right? So today concept, first one is our own pipe, creating our own pipe. This is very simple. This is also a class. This is also a class. Okay, we can create our own class, and then we are going to do it next. Observables and observers. This is the powerful concepts. Of course, we have used already in two places. What are the places that we have used already? HTTP client. Here we have used the HTTP client, and if you remember, router parameters. Here in the two places we have used observables. Actually, these two things has created in the, one second, somebody. Voice is not clear. Yeah, can you please confirm me? My voice is not clear, right? We have some observables, like already we have worked with HTTP client, and then router parameter, and then reactive. Okay, where reactive form. Okay, reactive form. These are the three forms are available. These are the different observables available in the, okay, available. Okay, the first one is our own pipe. This is first one, our own pipe. Second one is observables. Okay, today we are going to discuss about observables, and we can create a number of observables. By default, Angular has provided three observables in our, okay, Angular. We can create our own observables. That is a, okay, one of the, okay, deep concept, and that is, okay, where we have to know few interesting things related to our application and all. I'll show you guys all these things, because we have. I'm going to show you some references also. Using those references, what kind of data, what kind of observables you have to use. When you are using observables, we have some operators. Okay, there are three different types of operators categories. We can categorize three different type of operators, like for creating observables, and then for, okay, so transformations, filterings. Okay, we have filtering, and then we have merging. So these are the three different categories are there. We are going to learn all those things, and then I'm going to give you the reference as well, so that we can check whenever you want. You can check them, and then you can work with them. Okay, let us, okay, come to the scenario. First, let me finish this our own pipe, how to create our own pipe. Let me go to the scenario. Let us go to, we have taken pipe, right? Open. Reveal in Explorer. What I will do is, I will go to CMD. Here I want to create pipe. So ng generate pipe. What is the pipe we want to create? What kind of pipe we would like to create? Just name. Pipe name is a truncate. Okay, truncate. So truncate data. Okay, meaning that meaning that whatever data I want to print, wherever I am printing the data, that data is, when we have the data is huge data, but I don't want to print all the values. I want to print only 20 letters or 5 letters. That kind of data I would like to print. Suppose, I think I have shown you this examination tool, right? If I click on this one, what happens? Okay, the name is saying, just look at it, guys. What is the actual question here? This question is going to be something up to here. Okay, actually up to here. If I, yeah, if I click on this, okay, click on this, the question is, yeah, see here, guys, what is Angular? What is Angular? It is displaying like this. So, if you display here, it is going to be long. Okay, it will be long, because the character size is also huge. Oh, so that it will take until here, so that the screen is going to be distorted. Whatever screen that we wanted to print, it is not going to print like this. I want to print only maximum of, okay, 10 characters or 20 characters you can take. After the 20, what you can do is, you have to add dot dot dot. Dot 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 indicates what? Dot 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 indicates, okay, some characters are still available. Okay, you can click on, you can see that. these are the indications what are the types of questions are available. The list of questions with the basic information is displaying here. So I want to print this kind, I want to be, create this kind of pipe. Okay, meaning that whenever we have this much of data, okay, I don't want to print all these values. I want to print only up to here, and then if extra is available, need to provide dot dot dot. Okay, let us come to, okay, here, whatever pipe we have created, right? Let us see the pipe. Okay, truncate data pipe, open this. Yeah, let us look at, this is our own pipe. Now here the own pipe, this is also a class. If you see here, this is going to be the class. Okay, this is going to be the class name, and implements what? Pipe transform, implements pipe transform. Whenever you see pipe transform, okay, this is an interface. This interface contains a method called transform. We are going to implement that, okay, method. We would like to take this method, we need to implement this method. Here, this is a default method. Okay, this is the default method. This method takes, see here, value and arguments. Okay, value and arguments. So we are going to use, see here, what I will do is, I'm going to return same as it is value. Okay, whatever value we are unknown. Unknown means you can return anything. Okay, or sometimes you may not return also. Unknown means you may return, you may not return also, or whatever values we have. See here, unknown, and here we may take value. Yeah, you can take even data type also. Value is going to be the string. Okay, so that I'm going to take string, and arguments. Okay, arguments may be n number of arguments you can take. They can be integer also. Okay, I'll tell you what is arguments and what is this one. Before, okay, telling that, forget about arguments, think about this value. Now console.log value, console.log value. So now this is the pipe, right? You can use this pipe in your code. Okay, whatever pipe we have, see here guys, this is the pipe it has created. By default it has created, right? Whenever I tried with ng generate pipe, that implements what? Pipe transform. Remember the interface, pipe transform. And go to the module, go to the module, app module, go to the app module, go to the app module. Okay, so here now, yeah, where we have created actually, so this is going to be so we have created truncate data pipe, right? Yeah, see, this is going to be here itself. We have provided @pipe and name. Even here, if you see here, what is this? Declarations. Okay, for declarations, you can see the pipes. Within the declarations, what are the things you can provide means, what are the things we have to provide? Components, pipes, and directives. Okay, the three types of things can be provided inside the declarations. Component, okay, pipes, these things. Yeah, whenever we generate that pipe, automatically it added into the declarations. If you do that manually, you have to come and you have to add the pipe in the declarations. Okay, let it be. So now this is a pipe so that you can use this pipe. What this pipe is going to do is nothing. If I use this pipe, okay, how to use that pipe? This is the name. This is the class name. And how can I use this pipe in the HTML? If I go to HTML, I can use pipe symbol, and then I have to use this name. And along with this name, okay, along with this name, you can provide extra arguments. Those arguments are going to come to here. Okay, fine. So now whatever value we are using, what is the value? Yeah, just to recall how HTML is going to be in the HTML, how it will be there. See here guys, this is a, assume this is a price, pipe symbol, pipe, and these are the arguments. These can be called as arguments. This is the pipe, and what is this? This is the value. Okay, we are applying this. Okay, we are applying pipe. We are applying pipe. Okay, for this value, so that this value is going to come to one parameter, first parameter. Next, whatever arguments you are providing, these arguments are going to come to, okay, this second values. But now I don't want these values actually. I don't want any arguments now. I want to focus on only value. So the what I can do is we can provide, yeah, let us look at it. Okay, that is value. You may take hello. This is a value. Yeah, you can use property also. Just I'm using directly. Hello, pipe symbol. Hello, hello, hi, I am from Slocum Tech. Just look at it. This is going to be the value. Value. What is the pipe that we have created? Our own pipe. This is our truncate data pipe. You can take and you can pipe it. See, this is the string. Okay, this is the string I have provided. For this string, what is the pipe name? This is going to be the pipe name. This is going to be the, this is pipe, and this is a truncate data is a pipe. Actually, this pipe is going to is applying for this value. So whenever you use it, this related program is, this is a related class, related method. This method is going to be called automatically. This method is going to be called automatically. The value that we are providing, the value is going to be come to here. The value, okay, the value is going to come to here. The data is going to come to the value. So what is this? Console.log. This is the value. We have to provide console.log value. Whatever value it is coming, the value is going to get printed. And whenever you say this return value, okay, return value, what we are doing, whatever value we are coming in, the same value we are returning. Just look at it, same value we are returning. We are doing nothing but what's happening, we are printing in the console for now. Okay, let us look at it. If as we are running the program, if you open the browser, so I'm running in 4300. See here guys, hi, I'm from Slocum Tech. It is printing. See, hi, hello, I'm from Slocum Tech. This is getting printed. See here guys, of course other values are printing from other source of code. Okay, don't forget it, forget about those things. Don't worry about those things. Yeah, coming to this, hello, hi, I am from Slocum Tech. This hello, hi, I am from Slocum Tech is coming from this particular value. And we are consoling. We are just printing the value into the console. That's good. But now what I want to do is, I don't want to print all the value. Okay, I want to print some part of the value, meaning that this is a value. Whatever value we are coming, we are, as it is we are sending, right? But we can transform it. We can write logic over here by transforming. See here, I'm saying simply I'm providing slice. Actually we have discussed it already. There is a slice pipe also, right? There is slice pipe, there is a pipe called slice. Okay, you can use slice for strings and arrays. You can use it, slice, and you can say tell like 0 comma, what is the values you want to use? Maximum 5. You can use 5. Okay, whenever you use slice 0 comma 5, what happens? Maximum, what it is going to print, total value is not going to print. It is going to return only the value. Whatever value we are returning, only that value is going to print into the UI. Okay, come to here. Now if you see here, only hello, 0 to 5. 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 values are going to get printed. 5 values are going to get printed. These values are going to get printed. These values are going to get printed. Value dot slice 0 comma 5, 0 comma 5. All right, yeah, hello. Now what I will do is, let us look at it. In the pipe, instead of saying 0 comma 5, if I say 10, what happens? Okay, so we are slicing the value. Okay, and see here guys, 10 values, 0 to 10. We can print like this. And another what I will do is, now you know that whatever value we are returning, this is input, this is output. In between, whatever logic you want to provide, you can provide the logic. This can be called as transformation logic. Okay, while applying transformation logic, you can take even arguments also. So suppose like I want to take integer arguments. Let us provide numbers, not integers. There is no concept of integers in TypeScript. Here we are taking number array, yeah, meaning that number of arguments are going to be provided here. Now what kind of arguments I want to provide here means, while displaying, what I can do is, how can I provide parameters colon, I want to provide starting value going to be the 2 and ending value is going to be 6. I want to provide these values. Okay, I want to provide like this. This is arguments. Colon says what? Arguments. When you are providing the parameters, these arguments we are providing, meaning that I want to use this first parameter starting value and this is ending value, meaning that what you can, 2 means 0 1 2, from 2 to 6. Okay, 2 3 4 5, yeah, 5, and until 5 it is going to be taken care, like, okay, until here it is going to get printed, okay, from starting to ending. User, I mean developer, once we have developed the truncate data pipe, you can use truncate data pipe to display the values from and starting. Okay, by default it is going to take 0 and from 0 and 10. If you provide the values, what it is going to take? 2 6. Just example I am telling. Yeah, here starting value and ending value. Now you have tried the logic here, so those values are going to come to here, right? Okay, if a of 0 is available, a of 0, not a, this is args, right? Yeah, args of 0 is available, args of 0 is available, meaning that if value is available, then what you can take, you can take start value, where start end. See, I want to create where start and end. Yeah, so start equal to args of 0, args of 0, else args of 1, args of 1 means second value is available. I want to take, why I am taking this condition means, okay, whether it is available or not. If it is not available, it should not give you error. We have to provide the values. Okay, not this is not correct actually. Yeah, this is if it is not available, else, okay, if starting value is not available, if available it returns true, it's not available, then it is going to return false, so that it comes to here. And what I can do is start equal to, I'm going to take by default 0. I will take, okay, I will take this one. So if this is going to be something like what? Args of 1, else end equal to, okay, maybe like 5. Just look at it, guys. This is going to be something like, so this is what I want to provide, okay, my logic. Now here what I need to provide, slice start end, okay, start end. This is the logic, transformation logic I have provided based on the user values. User is going to provide, I mean developer, of course this pipe is going to use by developer only. Okay, this, you know, this transform pipe can be used wherever, this truncate pipe can be used throughout the application. Okay, you can use them throughout the application, not a problem. Now coming to here, I want to provide 2 to 6, right? Yeah, let us look at it, how it is going to print now. Okay, LLO is available here. See, LLO. Okay, if I provide 2 to 10, 2 to 10, so this is the thing that we have provided here. Provide 0 to 10, hello, hi, something like this. Truncate data. This is the information 0 to Okay, 10, 0 to 10. Okay, 0 to 10. Fine. Right. So this is how we can use our own pipes. Not only this, wherever in your business logics, when we are working, when you are working with your projects, your data is going to come from backend. That's fine. After getting the data, okay, sometimes you don't want to print as it is. You want to do some transformation. You want to do some changes to the data. Like whenever you are printing some data, okay, only middle of the data you would like to print, or end of the data you would like to print, okay, something you can print. And then see here guys, after slice, what you can do is, after making the slice, you can add some extra information like plus, see, dot dot dot. Okay, you may use like this guys. Okay, you may use like this. Okay, dot dot dot. So how, yeah, it is going to be useful. Okay, it will be useful like this. Okay, dot dot dot. Okay, this can be called as pipe. This is user defined pipe. How we have created user defined pipe? Okay, just see how we have created user defined pipe. Ng generate pipe. Okay, ng generate pipe, or p pipe name, or we can use ng generate pipe name. Okay, yeah. So these are the two things that we have here. And then what is the interface? Interface transform. Okay, what is the interface? If you come here, the interface name that we have created, what is the interface? Transform, pipe transform interface. Okay, remember that when you are creating, you need to remember, even if you go to the interview, okay, they will be asking like what is the, okay, what is the interface related to pipe means. Okay, interface. What is the interface? Interface. What is the method name? Method name. Method name is transform. Method name is transform. Method name is transform. Okay. If you want to create any pipe, definitely you have to implement the interface, that is, okay, pipe transform. And when you are implementing pipe transform, you have to override the method. What is the method? Transform method. Transform method. So transform method, again, transform method contains what are the parameters? There are two arguments actually. One is value, two arguments, two arguments. Okay, two arguments. Okay, they are, okay, they are, uh, one is value, means whatever value you are, which for which string you are applying pipe, right, that particular value is going to come to one argument. That is the first argument. Next, okay, arguments. Okay, arguments are related to, okay, extra values. Okay, here we have used what are the extra values. Based on the extra values we have, based on the extra values, see what are the extra values here. Yeah, see here, this is start and end we are getting, right? This is start and end. Yeah, just I have written this like this logic. You may write your own logic, that is not the problem. Okay, so arguments are second values are array of arguments, arguments along with pipe, pipe. So what is the syntax to use the, what is the syntax to use the pipe means this is the syntax. Okay, yeah, you can use it. Okay, you can use it. Or instead of providing this double quotes string directly, you can use name data, any data. Okay, this is a property. Okay, for this property, this okay pipe is going to work. Here direct data, this is direct data, it is applying pipe. This is interface pipe transform method transform. All right. Okay, this is about our own pipes. Okay. Okay, in which way we can use component, the same way you can use pipe also. Okay, you can use pipe also. Like if you define one component in one module, and you can use the component in other modules also, right? How you can use? By importing them. Okay, there are two steps, right? In the module you have to export it, and then you have to import that particular module in another modules. Okay, the same way, okay, these pipes also going to be useful. Okay, if you want to make this pipe available to other modules, what you need to do, we have to do two steps. The step one is you can go to module. Okay, app module, we have, where is this app module, and then you have exports, right? You have to say exports. Okay, in the exports list you have to provide, okay, truncate pipe. You have to provide truncate pipe. Okay, so next, okay, you have to go to other modules. There you have to import this module. Which module? App module. If you import this app module, then so this pipe can be used. Okay, this pipe can be used wherever you want. The same way how you can use component, this pipe's also going to be used the same style. All right, did you get my answer? Actually gods are not okay, these components, directives, or pipes. Okay, when you are defining components, directives, and pipes, then only you have exports and all. If you want to use services, you just have to import them. We have to import them. Anyways, we are going to use this at the rate injectable, right? Okay, we are going to use at the rate injectable. Because of that, this is going to be provided. Even if you want to use that services also, you have to import first module. You have to import the module. Yes. Okay, right. All right. Okay. Let me get into the deep dive into observables, the concepts of observables. That is very powerful concept. Okay, you have to know these observables. I will tell you what is the observable actually now. Observable is to make reactive programming. What is meant by reactive programming? Parallel programming. It can be called as, even to understand, it is like parallel programming. Now I would like to tell you something. I'm going to give you a question for you. I will give you a question and you have to think and you have to tell. Now I want to display values. Okay, I want to display values from 1 to 1000, one by one, one by one. Okay, so I would like to display something. Yeah, my real, okay, real requirement is here. First I have to display one. Okay, I have to display one, and then after one you have to display 2, 3, 4. It keeps on giving this information. Okay, maybe like some, you can use some interval also. Yeah, what is the logic? Okay, it keeps on working. It keeps on incrementing the value. Okay, in the UI, what is the logic you can provide? You can take time and then you can think about it. Okay, okay, I will tell you again. Assume this is the place. Okay, here this is the place. Here I want to print, okay, some value. How it has to display means, first one it has to display, then it has to become 2, and it has to become 3, 4, 5. So it has to be removed 5, and then it has to become 6. 6 has to remove, 7 has to remove. The same way from first onwards. First it has to display 1, then in place, yeah, 1 has to be removed, and 2 has to be printed. After 2, 2 has to remove, and then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and so on. it keeps printing the values. It keeps printing the values. Okay, then what is the logic you would like to print, you would like to have? Can you please tell me, guys? So I'm just giving you this as a task. Just think, I'm going to give you some time. See, if I want to display values one by one, what you need to do, just look at it, go to here, okay, go to component. What component? You can go to the app component, and you may take some values. Okay, you can take some value. I'm going to take something like number. I'm going to take. I may like something. Just look at it. I'm going to take this big number, and then what I will do, I will take for each, or for, okay, a equal to 0 or 1. Okay, a less than or equals to number. Okay, number, you may take like this dot number. Yeah, you can take like this, and then a plus plus. See, you can take like this, right? Yeah, make it where it's not there. Okay, a is already there. A plus plus. Or where a, this is TypeScript, right? Okay, we are in method only, right? Oh, we are in constructor actually. Okay, not this dot number. You have to take only like this number. A, and we have to take like this. Okay, so maybe, okay, just okay, let's look at it, guys. This is going to be the a loop, and okay, we need to take like this. What I will do is, I'm going to take this, in separate method. Okay, now here all values are printing directly, right? Here, okay, these are the separate properties. Okay, no problem. We have to take a method. Okay, method like the same logic, but we have to write in the method. That may be public, or that may be something, and display. What I can do is display. Okay, so maybe like max number is going to be something like use number, and then here in this, okay, and count, we are going to take like count equal to 1. And what we'll do is, for loop, this is the logic for loop. It starts with where I equal to 1, I less than or equals to number, less than or equal to number, I plus plus. Okay, of course, this is the this dot number, right? Okay, where I equal to 1, I less than or equal to number, I plus plus. I plus plus. When you see this for loop where I equal to 1, I less than this dot number, and I plus plus. Okay, when you see this number equal to 1 lakh, count equal to 1. All right. Now this count, maybe this I just have provided this, and here I'm going to take like count equal to I value. See, count equal to I value. Okay, count equal to I value. All right, count equal to I value. So every time this count value is going to be keep changed. Okay, this value is going to keep changes. Now, whenever you take count equal to 1, you can display this count. You can display this count in the UI because this is a property, right? Property can be displayed in the UI. Go to the app component.html, app component.html. Count. You can print the count value. See, okay, of course, when this count is going to be started means when you start the method. You can start like button, you can take the button and then you can say click. Okay, you can say click. What is the method name that we have provided? Display. Now, if I provide like this, if you click on that, okay, if I click on this button, okay, button provide the name, start count, click on start count. See here, guys. So what happened here? Directly, it is so fast. It is keep incrementing directly. It has displayed, 1 lakh. I mean, not 1 lakh. So there are so many values are there. Even we cannot see the speed also. We cannot observe the speed. What we can do is, I want to apply some delay. Okay, I would like to apply some delay. Let's check with any method like delay. Okay, okay, delay 10. I will say 10. Okay, delay 10. Okay, see here what happens now. If I click on here, okay, it has taken delay. Totally, it has taken only 10 delay. Okay, right. Within this, maybe like you may take 1000. If you click on here, after 1000, it has taken only one time. But let's look at it. This is a if it is taking some time. Okay, let us search for. Yeah, here the code goes like even whatever code that I wanted to display, it is not happening. Okay, not a problem. Okay, see here, see whenever, where is this? We are calling every time, right? Every time we are calling this one means this is going to wait exactly 1 minute. Okay, now whenever we are changing this value, it is not getting updated here. Okay, because of this functionality and all, let it be, not a problem. Or okay, if it is without using Java function, if you use this, okay, we'll try this way also. Okay, yeah, we try this approach also. Okay, let it be how it works. Just click on this. Yeah, this is also like, yeah, see what's happening. uh Meanwhile you can do nothing, guys. Now yeah, 10. Now you can do something. You know what happened? We have taken count between 1 to 10. I have taken 1 to 10 means every number, it has to wait delay of 1 second. How many seconds are there? 10 seconds are there. 10 seconds are there to make 1 to 10. To make 1 to 10, okay, how many seconds it requires? 10 seconds it requires. Okay, good. Until then, you can do anything in the browser. Okay, even you can take the, okay, maybe like input or something like this. Okay, just take like this, guys. Okay, this is a very simple text box I have taken, right? Yeah, let's look at it. Yeah, I cannot able to type anything in the text box, meaning that I can do nothing because the, it is busy with okay, counting from 1 to 10. It is busy with counting from 1 to 10. Meanwhile, whatever data I have typed, this is not affected immediately. When it is affected after finishing 1 to 10, this is got affected. See, again, I'm going to do it. I click on this one. Then this total browser got blocked. This is the blocking. How it got blocked 1 to 10. But I need to count 1 to 10, one for each second. See here, after finishing the 10 seconds only, it is printing. Why? Because after, yeah, when it is busy, when this is counting is busy, now you are not able to do anything in the browser. This totally, the browser got blocked. Okay, so total browser got blocked. So this is can be called as blocking. Okay, it should not happen like this. Okay, whatever count you are doing, this count should happen in the background. That should, the count should happen in the background. All right, guys. Yeah, you don't have any chance. Okay, if you, the logic that I have implemented, if you use like this, okay, exactly it is going to be, okay, provided like this. Exactly it is going to be provided. Okay, whatever code that we have, whatever things that we have provided here, whatever things that we have provided here, this is going to make, okay, block, total block means what? Okay, traffic is got blocked, meaning what? Meaning that you are going to, okay, you have to, your vehicle is going to get blocked in the traffic, means you cannot move. The same way, because of this it got blocked, so no other activity you can do in the browser. You cannot type, or you cannot check with other things, you cannot do anything. But this is, old fashioned. This is old fashioned blocking technology. Now whatever code that we need to do, it should not be, okay, it should not uh, blocked. Okay, so without blocking, whatever count you are doing, okay, that may be 1 to 10, or that may be 100, or that may be 1000, that can be anything, let it be. But it should be exactly how it should work, means it should work, okay, non-blockingly. Non-blocking means reactive, means this has to run parallelly. Meanwhile, user can do whatever he want to do in the page, he has to do it. But now we are not able to do it. Okay, don't worry, whatever code I have written, okay, you don't need to implement it, but I just want to show you that code. Okay, that is blocking code. I don't want that kind of blocking code. Now to implement non-blocking code like this, I'm going to write, okay, we have so many ways to implement it. Okay, so I will show you guys. If you know the importance, what is blocking and what is non-blocking. Yeah, I just want to ask you guys, what is blocking and what is non-blocking. Okay, so can you please tell me, anybody, what is blocking? Yeah, can you please? Yeah, let's go to the, I will ask you one more question, because if you understand this, then only you can understand the concept of observables. Okay, why we need to, why we are going to observables, that is a very important thing that we need to understand. Okay, now this, okay, I will, yeah, listen carefully. I'm asking you something. I need answers from you. Now, this is very simple answer, yes or no. Yes or no. Okay, yes or no. You can give you your answer, yes or no only. Yeah, the question start now. I'm starting the question, asking question. Okay, that is one operation in the web page, means there are so many links and so many operations are there. When we have multiple operations, now one operation in progress. Okay, one operation is one progress. Okay, see, listen carefully, one operation is one progress. This is one web page. Okay, progress means under running. This is under running, under the, okay, working. Now still it is not completed. Then user cannot do other operations. Okay, user is not able to perform another operations. Okay, listen carefully, one program is, one operation is happening, one operation is happening. Okay, now another operations are not happening, another operations are not happening. Okay, another operations are not happening. So when other operations are not able to do, only when one operation is one progress, then this is blocking or not blocking, blocking or non-blocking. Yeah, can you please, my answer, yeah, I'm expecting answer from you. Okay, whatever program, whatever whatever operation is in progress, while other operations I'm not able to perform, this is blocking or non-blocking. Yeah, I'm expecting answers from you. Ping me whether this is blocking or non-blocking. Yes, blocking. Super. Yes, it's a blocking. Yes, yes. Right? Yeah. Now I will ask you one another question, the same question. I mean, of course, with a different change. What you can do is, we have multiple operations in one web page, one web page, one web page. One operation is in one progress. Now, one operation is one progress. Meanwhile, other operations also user can perform. User can perform. Yeah, can you please tell me whether it is blocking or non-blocking? Yeah, I want to repeat the question again. One operation is in progress. Okay. Meanwhile, user can do another operations. User can do another operations. This is okay. What is this? This is blocking or non-blocking. Okay, this is non-blocking. Yes. Okay. Now here, yes, good, super, excellent. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Now this is what I'm expecting. Super. Now see here, this is one operation. Okay, so counting is one operation happening, and second thing is what? Typing text boxes, and other operations may be available. Okay, clicking on get progress or get status. You can have multiple okay operations. You can have multiple operations in one web page. Here example is, this is one counting internally, one counting is happening, and then second operation is typing. Okay, user can, yeah, actually in blocking, after finishing the count, yeah, I have started this count. After finishing the count, then only you can do okay typing. Otherwise, until then you have to wait. So this can be called as blocking, right? Right now I don't want to do blocking concepts. I want to implement non-blocking. To implement non-blocking activities, to do non-blocking activities, what you can implement is using observables. All right, this is the observables. Remember that whatever things you want to do, those things can be implemented by using the concept of non-blocking. Non-blocking means observables. There is a concept of observables. Actually, to implement observables, what Angular has done is, it has used NGRX. Okay, NGRX API. It is using you know NGRX. Or so this is going to be the another framework actually. Observables. Okay, I'll tell you about other examples. I'm going to tell you those things, guys. Observables and observers. I'm going to give you what is the different API that it has implemented. I will give you clear idea. Okay, I will give you clear idea. So to implement non-blocking situations, there are so many rich functionalities are available. Okay, I'm going to show you that rich functionalities. We are going to learn okay in-depth concepts about them. Okay, you can implement in your project also, because it is very very important. Okay, you normally, I'm going to give you one example. When you are when you are working with your browsers, okay, maybe like ClickBiz. Okay, in ClickBiz, what it is going to display, it is going to display the score, right? It keeps updating the score. Meanwhile, you can do other operations also. You can see other things and you can do other operations also. Okay, what ClickBiz is going to do, or I'm not very sure, ClickBiz or something. So in one area of the browser, it is going to display the score, and then it keeps okay updating. Whenever the score got new score, then it is going to keep update. Meanwhile, okay, if yeah, to get to display the updated data, to display the updated data, what we need to do, guys, to display the updated data, what you need to do, you have to go to http okay http call, and then it is going to take sometimes, it may take 5 seconds to 10 seconds, or sometimes 1 second, or sometimes 3 seconds, and so many okay things, some time is going to be required. So meanwhile, when it is doing this activity, okay, when it is doing activity, because it has to go to the network, internet, it has to go to internet, and it has to bring the latest code, and it has to be updated. So meanwhile, it is going to do some operation here. While happening this operation, meanwhile, you can do some other operations. Okay, some other operations you can check the what is the batsman individual score, what is individual record. Okay, what is the average of that particular batsman, and then we can check average of bowler, and then okay, yeah, his personal data, and whatever things we have, you can do in the same page. Okay, you can do other things. Okay, meanwhile, it will keep on updating the data for you. Okay, keep on updating the data. So these kind of things can be done by using what non-blocking functionality. To implement non-blocking activity, we have to have the concept of observables. Okay, observables. Okay, I will show you observables in observables from. Okay, okay, see here guys, there are so many. Okay, this is NGRX store. I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you that API later guys. Angular NGRX data is different. Okay, I'll come to that API. So first of all, you know that what is blocking and what is non-blocking. That is very good thing. That is blocking and non-blocking. If you understand it, it is very easy to implement blocking and these things. Yeah, let us come to here. I will show you one example. I will show you one particular example how to work with this. Yeah, let me show you guys. It's just example, you don't need to worry about it. What I will do is how to implement non-blocking. Just I'm giving you some demo. You are not going to, okay, you are not going to implement this code immediately. I will explain you, but before explaining, I want to show you what is exactly what is a non-blocking. Okay, so this is control. Okay, control C K, control C, control K, and control C, control comment, right? Uncomment, control U. Okay, let it. Fine. Now coming to here, and then I'm going to provide. This is the timer. I'm going to take time. Okay, so this is going to take time. Start time equal to, you can take like this. See here, guys. Don't worry about this information. And okay, so just yeah, I'll tell you. Don't worry about what is this code and all. I will show you just information. Now see here, this time is going to keep displaying. Here I'm going to use like instead of count, I'm going to say time. So async. Yeah, let's look at it. Okay, see here what's happening. If you observe carefully, this is going to keep updating this information date. See here guys, what's happening. And meanwhile, this is getting counting, right? The time is getting counting, right? Meanwhile, you can do something. See here guys, is there any blocking? Whatever process it is happening. Okay, whatever process it is happening. Okay, and the same way you can do other activities. This can be called as non-blocking. Okay, I think you got what is blocking and you got what is non-blocking. Is that okay guys? This is a crucial point that we need to understand what is blocking and non-blocking. Now to implement this, we have something code. I have the strange code I have, okay, used. Don't worry about it guys. Okay, I will tell you very clearly and I will guide you how to use this non-blocking. So of course the main critical point is understanding blocking and non-blocking. If we have that, okay, understandability what is blocking and non-blocking, then we can do all these things very easily. Okay, believe me, of course many people things like observables are very difficult, but if you understand blocking and non-blocking, this is very easy. Okay, of course we need to remember few things, okay, to implement these things. Okay, if you remember those things, definitely you can implement in your project and you can give best solution to the application. Okay, right. So this is for sure guys. Okay, this is a one of the, okay, most important concept that we are dealing. Of course we have completed many things like HTTP client, and then we have completed routers, and we have completed normal component classes, and then okay, pipes we have completed, right? Now we are dealing with observables. We are going to learn all these things very okay, deeply, so that once after this, okay, then it will be okay, your resume is going to be very powerful after doing this, because after implementing this only you can work with the concept of NGRX data. There is a concept called NGRX data that is very advanced thing in the market. Okay, if you keep NGRX data in your resume, okay, along with your Angular, all these concepts, then your resume is going to be very powerful. Okay, so that we are going to, yeah, for NGRX data, all these things observables are very very required. Okay, no problem. Okay, they are very easy, guys, don't worry. Now using these things, what you can do is you can create your own observables. Okay, by default we have worked with which kind of observables we have worked with? HTTP observables we have worked, and then HTTP router. Okay, params, right? We have used params. Using params, okay, the concept of params, there also we have used observables. Now okay, you can create your own observables also. All right, guys. Yeah, now I'm going to come up with different examples tomorrow. Okay, and then I'm going to give you different exercises tomorrow. Okay, so that that is the best class for understanding all these observables, guys. Okay, do you have any doubt regarding what is blocking and what is non-blocking? Don't ask about this code. I did not explain what is this. I'm going to tell you. We are going to understand all these tasks. Okay, we are going to understand all these things. Okay, so tomorrow, don't ask me about it. Just I'm asking you, did you understand what is observable and what is non-observable? Okay, the question was, what is blocking and what is non-blocking? Did you understand it? Okay, the difference between blocking and non-blocking, and how to implement non-blocking. Okay, how to implement non-blocking means observables, using observables. Okay, yeah, good. And then of course, all right, yeah, we'll discuss rest of the things, rest of the implementation tomorrow. I have given you one concept for practical, right? Creating our own pipe today. Okay, rest of the thing is theoretical information for understanding one concept. Okay, yeah, fine, guys, meet you tomorrow.